Every night, I check to make sure the doors are locked. Eventually, they'll leave one unlocked.
As I turned the corner to greet my friend, my face filled with horror. Why was the hallway empty if there was a shadow there?
He was encircled by angry townspeople, who slowly moved closer with weapons ready. His massive jaw began to salivate, knowing this was the biggest feast of human flesh he will have experienced in centuries.
As a fanatical biologist, I love all my animals. But I sometimes wonder to myself if any of them still remember that they used to be human. Once again, I was hiding my true feelings behind a mask. I only wish they could have seen my hysterical laughter as I swung the hammer.
It was with a heavy heart that I watched them pull the plug on my brother's life support. Now that he's breathing normally again, he'll be able to tell them where I hid the bodies. I pulled the bedsheet over my head and hugged my teddy bear tightly. "Don't worry, everything will be fine," whispered the toy through a crooked smile. When the organic burial pods that turn you into a tree when you died trended worldwide, nobody really gave much thought to long-term planning. Now, I'm lost in a forest full of dead people. And I swear all these trees are looking After struggling desperately to move any part of his paralytic body to alert the doctors before they made the incision, he was relieved to see that one of the nurses saw his pupils dilating from the bright light. She leaned down, tickled his ear, and said,
"You don't think we know you're awake?" I smirk at the vampire outside the door, knowing there's no way for them to get in here. That smirk fades after the vampire notices the welcome mat at their feet and busts down the front door. My husband would not stop snoring, and I had had enough. I needed some sleep. As I walked downstairs to sleep on the couch, I saw my husband sleeping there already.
"I've been staring at the wall for hours. I'm starting to wish I'd been cremated."
I stand outside my house, tapping my fingers anxiously as the police officer questions me and my girlfriend. I can only pray he knows Morse code.
Since the new mirror was installed on the far side of the bathroom, I found myself glancing at it out of the corner of my eye and noticing how many weird small micro movements I make. Luckily, he hasn't seen me staring yet, or else he would freak out. stood on the sidewalk illuminated by the glow of the streetlight. They stood in the shadows, forming a circle around me, patiently waiting for the light to flicker off.
As my best friend left with her fiancé, she turned to look at me and said, "We're gonna make cinnamon buns when we get home." I wish I could have remembered that cinnamon was our code for help. I hired an electrician to come help fix the light, and he said he couldn't help but to comment on how well the wiring for my security cameras was installed and hidden. I never installed security cameras.
I administered all the usual psychiatric assessments, but the patient just smiled as she scribbled in her book.
The patient's schizophrenia is worsening, now exhibiting mirroring behavior. They believe that they are the psychiatrist.